So I made sure that the front and the back are the same distance, and I drew a line on all of them. So that's going to be the feet. And I took this thing I got in the mail. They wanted to sell me something. And I know it's kind of hard to line up with one hand and that. But basically, I'm going to... You can see here, I scribed the line. I gotta move it a little, but anyway, I got it lined up, and I'm going to take that off on all four sides. That gives it a little more aesthetics. And, excuse me, basically, it won't, it'll help keep it from splitting if I drop something on it and making it look kind of nasty. So I don't know how far I'm going to get today. Maybe I can get one side done and bring you guys back. But it's starting to come together. And once I get the... I've been having some second thoughts about how I'm going to fasten the 4x4 in there. Right now, what I'm thinking is maybe just do some kind of dowel, so I could knock the dowel out if I want to move it, transport this thing. But we'll see what happens. I haven't totally decided yet. But we'll see how it goes. So I'll bring you back after I get the what I'm calling the feet for the bench finished. One thing I didn't say earlier, but I marked out where the 4x4 is going to fit, and I have front, back, because sometimes it's easy for me to get it messed up. And what's going to happen, I'm going to make a tenon, mortise and tenon the legs when they go in. And when I do that, I'll bring you guys back. That's a little tricky too. But for now, I'm going to mark out the angle where I'm gonna cut it, chip it out with my chisel, saw, chisel, hand plane, to kind of make it look a little pretty. So when I get that taken care of, I'll bring you guys back. So basically, this is what it's going to look like on all four sides. Obviously, not totally perfect there, but I can live with that. Kind of gives it a little bit of flair, I guess. So what I'm going to have to do is, and you see it's kind of pretty much lined up with my template. So I'm going to transfer that to the other side and have a little bit of fun. I used basically I used my crosscut saw and this saw. I've had this thing for a long time to get everything started, and then I finished with my chisel to kind of make it a little better. And maybe I could probably do a little more work with the hand plane, but I'm kind of, for a piece of shop furniture, it's not too bad. So I'm just going to transfer that to the other side. Maybe I can get one piece done today and another done tomorrow. And after I get that done, in here I have to work out the mortise, because it's going to go all the way through, and it'll be, I think some of you guys seen mortise and tenon before, but a mortise is basically a hole. It's going to be kind of in the center, and then the tenon will be kind of like, you know, punching in to make it stable. And I haven't decided if I'm going to glue that or take a dowel and drill through it, and then that way I can always pop it out. I don't know. Still have possibilities, so we'll see what happens. So I'll bring you guys back. Okay, I got one side done. So basically, that's how it's going to look. It doesn't look too bad. So the purpose mainly is to, if it was just kind of flat, it could chip out. But since it's kind of angled a little bit, less chance of it breaking off. So I got one more to do, and then I got to do some actual thinking about how I'm going to do the mortise, because I don't want to mess that up. But anyway, one down, one to go. Okay, I got both of the feet done. Was a little easier than I thought, but I was thinking maybe I messed up. And I discovered, yes, I did. But not really. But because I got the marks on this side, and on this one I got the marks on this side. But since it's a 4x4, it doesn't matter right now. So what's really going to matter is when I cut the mortises out. So my next step would be to run these lines all the way across the top, because this now, since I already chamfered them, this becomes the top of the and if I'm smart, I'm going to mark it. So I'm going to mark top. So the smart thing to do would be to put both of the feet side by side. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put both feet side by side so when I bring the lines over, they're going to be lined up with on both pieces. So I lined them up, and you notice my sawing is off a little bit on that side and off a little bit on this side. So, but it's shop furniture. And I'm not saying that just because it's shop furniture, I don't have to care. But, yeah, this is the way it goes. It's not rocket science and it's not going to be perfect, especially if I'm doing it. So I'm going to draw the lines all the way across because they are lined up. So I'm going to draw the lines across. That way when I do my figuring out where I'm going to make the mortises, I'll have a little bit better idea. But this is where one of the 4x4s is going to go. And this is where a 4x4 is going to go. And so we'll see how it comes. Worst comes to worst, I got to remake it. But I learned something anyway. So I took my dividers and I divided it into 3. It's kind of hard. Oh no, I'm shaky. 1 and 2. So inside here is where the mortise is going to go. So I can draw a line across this one and across this one. And I could make the tenon all the way. I'm going to make the tenon all the way across. Instead of just a little square, I'm going to make it all the way across. So what I got to do is I got to mark the rest of them. Well, actually I can't because I'm tired today and I want to make sure that that's exactly where the legs are going to go. So I'm going to leave my compass and pencil. And then maybe tomorrow I can put it back underneath so I can mark out where the legs are going to be. So I'm going to do this a little smarter than harder.